Well, good morning and good to have your company this morning, wherever you're catching us from. I thank you all. I'm Joram Paul Sonko, and this is Good Morning Uganda Friday edition. And this particular one has taken us to conversations that are pretty much going into a presidential race. Not the presidential race that we are expectant of in 2026, but we are going into what we call the Guild Presidential Elections for Victoria University. And with me in studio this morning, we do have the chairman of the Electoral Commission, Victoria University. We also have one of the two Guild President aspirants from Victoria University. And of course, in the same regard, we also have the Guild Speaker aspirant for Victoria University this very year, who is unopposed, so to say. And we're going to be having a conversation. You, our dear viewer, can be part of this. If you are a student and highly interested in this conversation that we're going to be having, it's not a debate, I should say, but it is something that gives us an outlook of how Victoria University is preparing for the elections come 2025. And then also, for the students of Victoria University who are watching, you can as well ask questions. And those questions will be sent to your aspirants this very morning. The WhatsApp number is 0709-602-592, and we can definitely have that bit of the discussion with you, our dear viewer from wherever you are. And of course, in the same regard, if you are to throw back to the days when you were in university or you were in institutions of higher learning, such times were filled up with a lot of pressure, fun, vibe, simply because the presidential candidates, or whether the speakers and then the aspirants for the GRC position would definitely be running riot or running around to make sure that they secure those votes from fellow students who are also the voters that are supposed to put them in power. Now, in studio this morning, like I mentioned, I do have the chairperson of the EC, who is Baingana Mohsin, who joins us this morning. With him, he has moved with Kauka M.A. Emmanuel. Now, Emmanuel Kauka is a presidential aspirant from Victoria University. And then together, they've also moved with Calvin Daniel Gizamba, who is a Guild Speaker aspirant for Victoria University. And I'm going to be saying hello to them and greeting them. And they will also be greeting you, our dear viewer, in the order of submission here this morning. I'll start with the EC chairperson. A very good morning, Chair.
Very good morning to you. My name is Baingana Mohsin, chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Victoria University, and it's very lovely to be here with you in the morning.
And well, the pleasure is ours having you this morning. I also have Mr. Kauka Emmanuel, who does join us as well. He's a Guild President aspirant. A very good morning. Sebo, how are you doing?
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning, our viewers. My name is Hauha.
Oh.
M.A. Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
I'm the aspiring Guild President of Victoria University, pursuing Bachelor in Pharmacy, and I'm in my third year. Thanks for this opportunity, and nice to be here.
Okay, and away from that, we also have the Guild Speaker who does join us, Calvin Daniel Gizamba. A very good morning, Calvin. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, sir, ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, Ugandans, good morning. My name is Calvin Daniel Gizamba, and I'm the aspiring Guild Speaker for Victoria University.
All right, and we are having them, and the conversation now does start. I wonder, though, from the chairman's perspective, Chair, if you can put us into context of the roadmap, how are the preparations so far, and what should the students of Victoria University be expectant of in these coming elections?
Well, speaking about the roadmap, I would love to begin with this day in particular. Today we are actually having the presidential debate that is going to be happening at Victoria University. That's at 2 p.m. But weighing all the way back to the roadmap, we begin with the nomination process where you get the candidates and everything. Right now, as I speak, we have two presidential candidates that are bidding for the high seat in the university. But then on the 6th and 7th of February, we'll be having our elections. That's just a few days from now. That is next week on Thursday and Friday. Well, if I could say anything about the roadmap, it's that it's coming to an end. The race has been tight. The campaigns have been on. The fire is just keeping on burning. But we are looking at another race or another 8th Guild government of Victoria University coming into existence with much fire. We're just expectant to see what the students put out there, what leaders they want to have for themselves. And then as the Electoral Commission, of course, we've done our role. We're just waiting for them to now choose who the leaders they want to have.
Okay, and I do have Hauka Emmanuel. Earlier on, I had referred to him as with a K. It's Hauka. Now, Hauka, I wonder though, as a guild president, normally when guild presidents are coming into power, they have so many promises and they have so many things they intend to achieve in that one-year term. What are some of those in your manifesto?
Well, thank you once again. Yeah, they promise a lot, actually, that they hope to do in their term of leadership. But this leadership is going to be different because we are not going to just start afresh, but build on what that has been there already. I believe that from the first to the seventh government, they have done what they could and they have built a foundation that I, in the eighth government, will build on. And yes, I have identified a few gaps. There's nothing really new, but here we are going to enhance the experience and also build more on what has already been put there. Talking about those few challenges, if you look at Victoria University, it's a very vibrant university, and we have almost everything. Talking about activities, co-cultural activities, we have Freshers' Ball, cultural galas, and all this has been put in place. But there's been a challenge that the students have not been benefiting a lot from them. And as the 8th Guild government, we are coming to bridge that gap, the student engagement to the activities that are already put in place, and also enhance on the concepts on how they are organized so that they bring out the beauty of Victoria University. Thank you.
All right, before I do bring in the speaker, I've come to notice that you have an agenda called the W.E.T agenda. Briefly tell us more about that one.
W.E.T is an acronym,
okay,
and it stands for welfare, empowerment, and training. We are looking at welfare enhancement, empowering students with information and advocacy needs, as well as improving on the training experience. Well, talking about the W, that is the welfare, like I just said, we do not look at Victoria University as a place where we can only have books and read and all that, but a platform where we can socialize, network, and get to know each other, share cultures, ideas, concepts, visions, and different kinds of any form of concepts that may help us become better people. And with this, in the welfare bit, we hope to work with the university to organize events that are going to enhance on the welfare of students. Maybe about a few events we can talk about is the Freshers' Ball. The Culture Gala has been there, but we want also to improve it. Yes, also the Freshers' Ball has been there, but we are going to come with a better concept and better arrangement. When it comes to empowering students, this is part of it, and I really thank Victoria University for giving us this opportunity that we can give students information. And in our 8th government, we are going to look towards that. There is a gap between students and administration in as far as sharing information is concerned. So we are going to have we are going to always come here over time and educate our students on how different kinds of ideas or different kinds of concepts have to operate. We are going to empower them with skills, knowledge on how to get ready or follow a right career, or give them guidance in as far as their programs are concerned. When it comes to training, Victoria University is well known for its technological experience, where we have mostly online. And with that, we want to see, actually we have ideas on how the online experience can be enhanced as well. I will not talk a lot about it, but it's a good experience. There are just a few gaps here and there that we are going to give in as ideas, and we hope to have a better experience at Victoria University. Thank you.
All right. And the Speaker in Parliament, that is here in Uganda, is one who leads the conversations and discussions that matter when policymakers sit in Parliament. I wonder, though, what the role of the Speaker at the university is. And Calvin Daniel is an aspirant of the same sport in Victoria University. And I wonder what his manifesto looks like and what his role will be when he's sworn into power. Calvin, your role, I wonder, what does the speaker do at the university setting?
To start with, the speaker is basically the head of the GRC House. You chair the meetings of the GRC House. Secondly, you're the custodian of the law, the guild constitution. Everything runs around, guild is something really crucial at university level. We're looking at a body that links students to administration. Now, you cannot, unfortunately or fortunately, you cannot link that gap if you have no guild body or GRC house. Unlike the executive that can have meetings as ministers and everything, as the GRC house, you're supposed to chair GRCs, ministers, and the entire students' body as ex-officio members. So I come forth in my agenda of unity of having a student-centered GRC house, sir.
Okay. And besides that, to you, dear viewer, by the way, you can join, like I did mention, be part of this conversation. 0709602592. Ask some questions. Maybe they can be pointed towards the GRC, rather towards the speaker, or towards the presidential aspirant, or maybe the Electoral Commission chairperson of Victoria University, with whom I want to have another bit of an understanding here. Motion, when you look at the Victoria University as an institution of learning, from your side, and by the look of things from the campaigning time that you've seen, how is the energy like? How are people appreciating the fact that these elections are coming in? Are they willing to be part of the elections? And then also, how are the elections conducted at VU?
Well, I'd like to begin with the last part of the question, where you asked, how are the elections conducted at Victoria University? Well, we find ourselves in a unique setting as an institution. We are basically based online as a university. Though we have physical classes and everything, but we are in an online system as much. So in Victoria University, we have what we call the V class. I think it's one of the most advanced online learning platforms we could have in the region, if not in the country alone. But then our elections are conducted online in a way that a student, whoever is a student has a registration number, they just go log in their details, and then they will be able to go to the election portal and choose the kind of leaders they want to have for themselves. Those elections are conducted online, they're free and fair, and everything is sorted. I don't think we've had any issues with our online elections for as much as we've had them ever since the COVID period. Well, going back to the first question that you asked, how is the fire? How is the reception of elections within the institutions? Well, that comes to a similar question I was asked back. Because Victoria University, unlike other universities, is one where we don't have political affiliation when it comes to our presidential candidates or even the GRC house. Because we believe it is an institution of learning, and we want to give these students a 360 experience. If you're coming for leadership in a university, we give you a 360 experience. You experience all the ideologies as a student, you get to experience what you want to lead, and then when you're out there, you can then choose to affiliate. So I think, in a way, this has been able to open it up to most students to come and just experience the kind of leadership they want to have. If someone doesn't have the qualifications maybe to be a president, for example, if someone feels they cannot be a GRC, for example, we have other platforms. They could be ministers in the government. But the reception has also been good, because this is the 8th Guild government of Victoria University. I think we had a very fiery election. That was the 6th Guild government. In the 7th Guild government, where I worked as an electoral commissioner, the reception was also very nice. We had a very good election. And now this is coming to the 8th government, where I'm the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. Well, I might say in the past 2 years, we have been highly involved in these elections. I've seen a very big shift in the kind of leaders that we're having. I might just look at the leaders we're having here today. We have our president, even the one who couldn't make it. There are very good people out there. So I think we are leading the step in the right direction. We are trying to do our part in nation building, but at an institution level. We believe by the time these presidents have served within the university and they come out to the communities, we'll have better leaders, we'll have better representation as a country, we'll have better representation as the region. Because believe me or not, once you're at an institution level, you contest for the position of a guild president, for example, we are going to give you the resources. Now, going back to Victoria University as an institution, we give you the resources as an institution. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Rollins Muganga, he always says this: student leadership is very, very important. It is very key in building our students. So if we build our students, for example, the guild president, he will be built by the university. Just look at the opportunities he's going to get. Look at the things he's going to benefit out of being guild president, the people he will meet, the connections he will build along the way. By the time he comes out into the community, I believe he will be able to also add another milestone onto the community. So the vibrance of the elections, I think it's something we're trying to build. We're trying to build. It is there, but just so you know, this is the 8th guild government of Victoria University. And I like where you find the 99th or the 27th. This is the 8th. But if you see look at the vibrance, you look at what the students are putting in, you look at what the candidates themselves are putting in, well, I'm telling you, by the time we're on the 9th or the 10th guild government, Victoria University is a force to be reckoning with.
Okay. And I've got a comment from Omgaga Saurembo Nabweru, Member of Parliament to B Nasana Municipality. Very good morning, sir. Thank you very much for being part of the show always. And he says, for the students of Victoria University, Balonde Busobozi, we need a guild. Okay, thank you very much for that. I do have another comment. This one says, good morning, Mr. Paul Sonko. My name is Harmony from Barra, and my question is to the aspiring guild president, Mr. Hauka. How is he going to help those students who wish to join Victoria University but cannot provide for themselves? Sebo. Okay. Let's first start with that question. But before we head into those who cannot provide for themselves, how would you help? Because he makes a pertinent concern here. How would you help someone who wishes to join the university, first of all?
Well, who wishes to join, admitted. Victoria University, if you come to our campus, first of all, it has the top-notch service when it comes to admission. And we have a team that is specifically constituted to help students join the university in any form of way. But again, we have put up platforms through which students can apply to the university through our website. Even on Twitter, you can see on our official pages, they're always sharing numbers and all that. But as well as a guild president, my numbers will always be there. My contacts, my official pages will always be there to help, but not alone. Of course, the cabinet that will be instituted will also be part of those that can help you to join Victoria University. When it comes to the question that the gentleman asked, in my manifesto, there is a product that we had put there, and one, it is called Student Guild Loan. That is one. And two, there is Student Guild Sponsorship, and the other one is maybe also to clear some air about those students that cannot afford themselves, that they cannot afford the tuition. Victoria University sponsors about 387 students from different walks of life, and I know that our dear Vice Chancellor is a very generous man. Sometimes if an opportunity arises, he gives out his hand and helps out these students that cannot be in position to afford. But away from that, on the level of guild, I have only those two products. That is Student Guild Loan and Student Guild Sponsorships. We believe that with the little money every student pays, we can draft a budget that is aimed at sponsoring students that cannot afford. The last option is to help them to apply for higher institution loans. That is, it's a government initiative, and if they get that opportunity, the 8th Guild government is here to support them. Thank you very much.
Well, of course, and I want to believe that Harmony from Barara, your question has been answered by Hawuka, who is a guild president aspirant. But that mentioned, let me head to the speaker now. Calvin, once voted into power, what are you promising the students of Victoria University? I do know yours may not be entirely about decision making and that, but you head the house during the meetings. What do you promise to the students?
One, we look towards a very student-centered GRC house, and that is something we're going to achieve. Because one, all students are going to be attending the GRC house meetings as ex-officio members. The GRCs, the ministers, the president himself and his cabinet are all going to be in the GRC house, and this is going to be a student-centered GRC house. So ideally, that is what I promise the students of Victoria. We look forward to your unity, because that is one of the problems we face as Victoria. It's a virtual university. We take so much pride in being an online university, but at the end of the day, the only disadvantage you have with being online is that you're by yourself and your laptop and your phone. So we need these ventures and avenues where you actually have to socialize with your fellow students, and that is the platform the GRC House is going to offer.
And let me get to Hauka again. Hauka, most of the guild presidents, or most of the times when a guild president comes on board, and in his manifesto, many of them are student-centered. However, along the way, things change a bit. So one may wonder, are you going to keep your promise that you will be standing by the students? Because at times, many students in university have always come out and say, we voted our guild president, and once he reached into power, he started siding with the school administration, and things did not go on as planned. And yet you're the voice of the students.
Well, thank you very much again for that question. I didn't tell you this in the very beginning, but I've already been a leader at Victoria University. I was given an opportunity to lead as the president of Victoria University Pharmacy Students Association, and my record can be traced. During my time of leadership, the students can witness the kind of efforts we have put to ensure that we bring about student-centered initiative, authentic leadership that is aimed at enhancing the experience of students at Victoria University. I've had an opportunity to organize very many events with our executives, and we have never stopped. For about now 2 years, we have been working very hard to ensure that students enhance or improve or live in an environment they are proud of. So this, I'm going to go with it to the 8th government, and for those that have witnessed the works of my hands, will attest to this great movement of authentic leadership. Thank you.
Okay, and I have a comment from Gerard Muhumuza. Gerard Muhumuza says, good morning, UBC. I am a student of Victoria University and an aspiring chairperson LC5 Rukunjiri District. We wish you all the best. He says he only wanted to appreciate his fellow students for being smart, both in mind and body, and wish them good luck. I'm ready to vote, he says. This is the student from VU. Then this, someone here is asking, good morning, ask the EC chairman. I'll ask him immediately after the show, but she's asking the EC chairman, why do we have lectures today? And yet we are expectant of the debate. So I don't know if you'll answer that. I've put in your concern. Okay. Then this one says, "Hail there, this is Adrian Serubiri. I am proud of Calvin, and I believe he's the right person for the position. I've seen him serve in the Students' Council for Namiliango College, and as a speaker, Victoria University has made the best choice of servant leadership." Okay, I think Adrian has already cast his vote in his mind. Daniel, why do they believe you're the right person for the position? I wonder, what makes you stand out as an individual, and why this gentleman feels you're the right person for this job?
To be honest, I am one of I don't deal with double standards at all. I hate anything on double standards. Okay. It's either yes or no. You don't choose yes or no. You either choose one side or the other. Maybe one thing that has been on my head is the question you asked President Emma about how he's going to implement his manifesto. Now, one, we need to understand one thing. As guild leaders, we have very good manifestos, and if executed 100%, chances are the university and the students are going to celebrate.
Okay.
Now, me, I'll be honest and brutally honest for a fact. The fact is, to implement all this, you need favor, not just from God, but the administration as well. In as much as you can have your best manifesto at heart or on ground and everything circulating around, the fact is, if the administration does not favor something in your manifesto, just that it might not go as planned. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room, that we either is our say being heard as guild leaders, honestly? Is what we are fronting something? Are we the stakeholders, really? So that is the discussion you're supposed to have. And of course, we cannot unleash everything on a platform like this. We are supposed to go back home and address everything. So I kind of I pull on everyone as students. Let us unify and have one voice, because that is one problem we faced as Victoria University. And it's the small things that really matter, to be honest. Yeah.
Indeed, the small things matter. Not small money, though. But as we get into this conversation again, let me head back to the EC. Someone had asked here. I think she wants to be part of the debate, but she has lectures. I know this is not even your question to answer. But first, just take us through how is the debate going to be conducted so that maybe someone can prepare accordingly.
Okay, in preparation for the debate, I would like to answer that person first. Okay. As the Electoral Commission, we put in our request to the university administration to have the lectures pushed a little from 11, because we usually have lectures 8 to 11 and then 2 to 5. So we requested the administration to push the lectures from 2 to 5 and then bring them to 11 to 2. Well, our request was put in there, so that definitely means as electoral chair, I've done my part, I've done my role. And if you have lectures, well, Victoria University is a hybrid university. You can as well attend online, then you come and switch into the debate. And also the debate will also be airing online as well. So if at all you won't be able to come physically, because I heard you had a student in Rukunjiri who was commenting. That's one of the beauties of Victoria University. So we had a student in Rukunjiri who was commenting, so you'll also be following the debate online. So that student as well can follow the debate online. Back to the question you asked of how is the debate going to be conducted? Well, our debate is beginning at 2 p.m. So when the debate begins, we're basically going to have the GRCs introduce themselves and tell us more about why do they think they're favorable for these positions. The same very questions you're asking the guild president aspirant over here. We basically want the students to ask the questions that matter. Why do they want these particular people to be their leaders? Because all the time we have guild president aspirants, GRC aspirants, talk about student servant leadership, but then we want the students to be involved. And that is one of the roles or one of the things that the Electoral Commission of Victoria University has been so deliberate about. That's why we are having this debate on this particular day, Friday before the actual election. So we want the students to ask the questions they feel that matter to these guild president aspirants, to the GRC aspirants. Why do you want to lead us? And many more questions, so that they have 1 week of reflection. Has my question been answered the way it's supposed to be answered? Do I feel like Emma? Do I feel like Robin? Do I feel like Gizamba is the right fit for the job? And then after 6 days, after 5 days, we'll head into the election on the 6th and 7th. When they've gotten a chance to ask their leaders these questions, leave alone these things where leaders come and just do campaign and you don't get a chance to ask them the questions that matter. So at Victoria University, we want to change the narrative. We want to be able to have a student-servant leadership where the students are able to hold their leaders accountable. I'll give you an example. If you come to the debate today in the afternoon and ask the guild president a certain question, or what event is he going to throw for you maybe in the coming year, and he fails to throw for you that event in that coming year, you have a right to tell him, I asked you this question on the debate, you said you're going to do A, B, C, D. Why didn't you do that? So that's the kind of leadership Victoria University is trying to build.
Okay.
We're trying to build leaders who are accountable to their electorate. Yes.
Well, this would say thanks for the show. Really, I've liked the way the guild is expressing his manifesto. Let the elections not be like the one at Chambogo. This is Messager Stephen, Bachelor of Science with Education, Biology and Chemistry, Chambogo University. I wish you also highlighted what really happened with the Chambogo elections. We would be very grateful, but again, thank you for your comment. Then this would say thanks UBC for hosting the brilliant heads. I'm Chasho Fred from Sironko District in Sitfed High School, Sironko. I do appreciate those good heads in championing the politics of the university. We thank you for your comments, sir. And then, good morning. I feel like Emma is the best for this position in Victoria. This is from Doreen. Hey, Doreen. Emma, you know Doreen? You don't know? Okay. Besides that, this one says, good morning once again, Mr. Sonko. Can the aspiring Guild president candidates give us their roadmap of how they will help their fellow students when it comes to life after university, including themselves? Okay, Guild, you take on this one.
Well, my manifesto addresses that. As I said before, Victoria University is not only a place where we are going to have our qualifications. It is a place where we are going to network, socialize, and share ideas. And with that, as I explained earlier, that since it's an online platform majorly, we are looking forward to having events that empower students with social well-being, and some which are going to be entirely academic. In our manifesto, together with the team that is behind me, we look towards having events such as symposiums, conferences, and then social events like the cultural gala that was there last year, and the Freshers' Ball, and that is going to happen very soon. We believe that when the students meet at these events, they are going to network. They are the next series, they are the next Professor Mugangas, they are the next CEO of different companies. And we believe that when they meet on these events, they are going to share numbers and share ideas. And after school, these two people, or two or more people, can become the next innovators like the Mark Zuckerberg and the rest. So it's us just to create a platform for them to meet. And as well, by the way, with these events you can meet a partner of your life, you know? Yes, yeah, so it's very possible. I myself, I may be a beneficiary of such events, and that's going to happen after school. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, the Guild president is working for the people. So, in such situations, I would be the happiest person if I was still in university. If in such debates you can easily find your better half. Yes. Why not? But that mentioned also, the Doreen who has commented is from Namisi Ndwa. So, this one did leave this day. Now, hello, good morning. I am Karen. I believe Emma is the best candidate. Victoria University won't regret. Emma is perfectly the right candidate. Woye, thanks for the show. Okay. This one says, the issue with Chambogo was full of fraud. I wonder how the EC chairperson turned into chewing money that was meant for printing ballots. This led to postponing of the Guild elections. Up to now, Chambogo is not having a Guild president. So pity. So, EC chair. This one says the EC chairperson in Chambogo chewed the money for the ballots. How are you going to ensure that we have successful elections at Victoria University?
Well, to begin with, at Victoria University, we don't have ballots. But also to make things a little much more better is Victoria University as an institution of higher learning, we are trying to build ourselves or brand ourselves as an institution where people benchmark on us for certain things. I began my say by saying we have a platform called V-Class. So our elections are conducted in a way that they are online. First of all, you don't expect any rigging, because every time you cast your vote, it is added on there. If you cast one, you see the numbers going up. If you cast the next, you see numbers going up. It's the one reason why we have returning officers, but we don't need them as much, because every student in Victoria University is a returning officer. Every student, as much as they cast their vote, you see the votes adding up, you see the votes tallying up. I wouldn't say Electoral Commission at Victoria University is capable of eating people's money, because we have a very strict policy when it comes to auditing as a guild. Our money is very well audited, and how our finances are spent at the Electoral Commission is also very well documented. I think maybe for Chambogo University, on the other hand, I would very much require, or I would request them to come and benchmark from Victoria University. We're just opposite here, we're just here very close, Ginger Road. Please come through, you can get my number. You talk to us, then we'll be able to give you the best practices when it comes to elections.
Okay. But also, an electoral chairperson who eats the money for ballot is not an easy one. We have some comments on YouTube as well. I'll go through some. Nayebare Afofia says, yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Tell them Mr. Emma is the best candidate for the post. Why are you bribing the EC? We have Bihogo Entertainment says, talk about the constitution that hasn't passed since last year. I think the EC chairperson is going to respond to that. And then also he's asking, Bihogo asks a question to the chair, Electoral Commission, to clarify on the majority of 50%. And then Uncle Emma Forgill, this is Sebanobe Emma Shalom Elsie says, Hawuka Emmanuel Forgill, he's the best candidate. And with the support of the students, we shall make it happen. Then Abdurrahman Jassim says, Emma, we vote for you. But my question is simple. Can we expect a change in our leadership better than your predecessor? We have been having a lot of consults. Okay. I wish your guild presidency solves that. Then let's first answer the one of Abdul Rahman. Mr. President, he's asking about the concerts they've been having in the previous leadership. How will you be able to answer?
Well, thank you very much once again. I would love to give this as a point of information that Victoria University is now just going to have the 8th president. And if you are to relate with other universities like Makerere, they are in 80s. So which means that their leadership in as far as capacity is built is, I would say, non-comparable. We are growing at the university, and if you know this, Victoria University is the fast growing university in terms of academics and as well as leadership. Yes, the governments that have been there from the 1st to the 7th have done their part and have put at least a foundation for us to build on. And these concerns, as they come up, the next guild president is not coming to cause a change, because that is moving from one place to another. But you can either transform or enhance on what has been put in place. If the student welfare has been tackled by the previous government and it has not got enough time or resources to achieve the goals that they have, the 8th guild government should start exactly where they have stopped their journey or ended their journey. So I'm coming together with our team to address those pending challenges. I believe that the 7th guild government has also done a few good things, all right? I shouldn't say a few, but it has done few good things, and probably there has been an oversight in some of other aspects, but we are coming to address that. Where the 7th guild government has not managed to get the goals that they have been vying for, then we are going to come and fill up that place, and your concerns are going to be worked upon. You cannot dispute the fact that the 7th guild government managed to organize a very successful cultural gala. And talking about, for example, that constitution, they have been working tirelessly to ensure that they have a very successful constitution. And my neighbor here, I think, is going to elaborate more about it, as you said. Okay. So we are coming to enhance on the efforts, and those concerns are going to be worked upon. Thank you very much. Okay.
Now back to Mr. Chairperson here. The question from Bihogo Entertainment, he has two questions. One, he was talking about the constitution that hasn't been passed since last year. And then he also mentioned something about if you can clarify on the majority of 50%.
Well, going to the point of the constitution, I think even if I talk about Victoria University, Uganda as a country as well has had an issue when it comes to things they call rumors.
Okay.
Yes. So Victoria University has a constitution, 2016 Guild Constitution, but we've been undergoing a process of amendment because, as you know, times change. By the time we had the 2016 Constitution as Victoria University, we didn't have things such as V-Class, we didn't have our online learning. So we're trying to embed all those new technologies into our Constitution, because the Constitution is a living document. And it also has to be updated regularly because times change, technologies change, people change, how we do things change. So just trying to embed into new material into our constitution. Well, number one, we have a constitution. And number two, we have an amended constitution that is going to council very soon, and it will be approved. I hope that is answered. Now, going back to the point of 50-50 in an election, at Victoria University, within our very own constitution, now in a scenario like this one, where we have Kauha Emmanuel together with Robin Passy, who are running for the position of guild president, if we find ourselves in a position where they all have 50-50 votes, well, as according to our constitution, we'll have to hold another election. But then I'm just here to tell the students and let everyone be aware. We have the capacity as the institution, we have the capacity as the Electoral Commission to have another election, if at all it comes to that. But then also, for them to have a win, you just have to get 51 or 50+1 votes. Well, addressing the concern of 50-50, I think it's something very minor, something very easy. Electoral Commission has the capacity, we have the money, we have the manpower, we can do all these things. It's not something that shouldn't stop you from going out there and voting.
All right, so many comments flowing on the YouTube channel. I've only read a few, but let me get through some of those on the X app using the hashtag UBCGMU. Emmanuel Sebanome at Sebanome E says, good morning, UBC. Thank you for the debate. I just want to thank Emma for the W.E.T initiative. It's really rich with great ideas for our university. The right man, he says, hashtag the right man for the job. And then Robert Biaruhanga Vihogo reveals the aspiring president talk about the constitution that hasn't been passed since last year. Chairman clarifying the majority of 50%. I think Bihogo is the same gentleman who sent on YouTube. I think now your question has been answered. Now Chibuka Samuels at Kib_Samuel says, interesting view shared right there by Uncle Emma 256. He has a big heart for students. We can all affirm to the fact that he has gone over and beyond to express how bad he wants to have his contribution to the university's body at VU Kampala. Now, I've got another comment here. Says, good morning, Chairman. I'm Henry Cathbert, Ngonian by heritage. I believe Calvin is the best aspirant for the post. His dream was always to be a great leader all the way from college. So I wish him all the best. Parliament awaits you, bro. Someone from Namilango, I think Calvin is getting all the votes already. Eh? Yes. Now, away from that, I do have a comment here. This one says, a very good morning to you and the student leaders in the house. My question is for the guild president aspirant. I am an international student and I have attended some of the campaign events. I was keen to hear his specific plan for international students, but I haven't heard much about them. The GRC international students aspirant Abubeka spoke about his plans, but I haven't had similar details from the president. Does this mean you're leaving all the international student matters to the GRC representative? How will your manifesto align with his, given that he's a competent and dedicated individual who will need your support to bring the change he wants for international students? Pertinent one, because VU is a university with so many international students, by the way.
Yes, thank you very much. When I'm addressing to the students of Victoria University, and I would be a good president of both international and native students here. Talking about the international students, we have big plans for you. First of all, we recognize the fact that you travel all the way from home to Uganda and support the economy of Uganda, share your cultures with Uganda, and for that fact, you also go ahead and pay more tuition fees in as far as tuition is concerned at Victoria University. Well, about international students, we understand that since you are away from home, you need to feel at home while you are in Uganda. We have discussed with various key stakeholders in ensuring that you feel at home. And this comes with, like I said, I was talking to all students, but also this comes with events, celebrating cultures from different walks of life. We want to foster unity in diversity. So with international students, just rest assured. One, we are going to have events that are specifically going to attract you to come and socialize with your fellow colleagues from different countries. Secondly, we were discussing with one of the administrators to work together with the management to ensure that Victoria University, through various MOUs, can have a designated residential area where at least you can all meet, or that is designated for only international students, so that you know whoever is here is an international student, and probably you would get connected to one who is from your home country. You might be at Victoria University from Lagos, and you find another person from Abuja within the same residential area. This and more is what the 8th government is bringing for you. Thank you very much.
All right. And as we're summing up with this conversation this morning, allow me head back to all the three as they give us their parting shots and, of course, their promises to the students of Victoria University. I'll start with Calvin. In your parting shots, what is your promise to the students of Victoria University who will be casting their vote very soon?
Well, I want to start with thanking UBC for this platform, and I cannot be thankful to the EC chairman for the platform and the guild leadership. Now, one thing I can guarantee is that you're going to have a student-centered GRC house, and that is going to be chaired by myself. And you know, with initiatives with President Emma, we are going to work handy to see that the students' welfare, the international students, and everyone is catered for in all this. I want to thank everyone on the internet and the platforms that have shared everything with me. I'm a person of no double standards, and I'm going to perform to the best of my abilities. Thank you.
Okay, and then Hawuka Emmanuel, in your parting shots, I would like to also hear your plans for the students once you're voted into power.
Well, Warren Barron stated and said that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And Hawuka Emmanuel is here basically to translate what you've been envisioning, what us as students have been feeling like, what we really wished to have at campus. And the 8th government at large, as my dear Right Honorable Speaker Gizamba said, we are going to work together to ensure that we enhance student engagement so that we improve on the campus vibrancy, so that we put up platforms for students to not only enjoy, but get connected to various key stakeholders in this country. And with that, we believe that Victoria is going to be a better place within the institution and out of the classrooms. I am only requesting you to support us, vote us into this leadership, and you will not regret your vote because it is going to be worth it. And I would love to also really appreciate my mother and dad are watching me right now. Victoria University students and friends really are watching this station right now. My father is our friend, and my mother is Nekasa Robina. Greetings to you, and thanks for watching.
All right. When someone mentions about the mother and father being able to support them, you clearly know that this person is loved at home. But that mentioned, let me head to the EC chairperson to get his parting shots. EC chairperson, I want you in your parting shots to comment on this concern here from someone named Isaac in Mango. Isaac says, good morning UBC, ask for me the president, how come Victoria University doesn't involve themselves in political issues at campus, and how has it helped cause other universities turn chaotic simply because of political parties being affiliated into the education?
My parting shots as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and first of all, address the concern of political parties. I think in the very beginning I said, when students go to university most times, it is an institution of higher learning. They are there to learn, acquire new skills, acquire new knowledge, acquire new experiences. When you lock this student in a box of a political party, because we believe political parties are founded on ideology, you're giving this student only one ideology to look at. Well, I would like to give you an example. When a student is in O level, for example, you're doing all these subjects. I did biology, chemistry, physics, and everything. I'm doing all those subjects because I believe I'm in an institution of learning. They're trying to teach me everything out there in the world. And then when I get to A level, I'll have a choice to choose, okay, I think I'm going to be a science student. Okay, I think I'm going to be an art student. But then that's the same thing we're saying for universities. Leave these students to be in the institution of higher learning to learn. Leave them open to all ideologies. Leave them open to all the realities of the world. And once they are out there, when a student has graduated from university, then that student can be able to say, okay, now I've been exposed to this ideology, I've also been exposed to this ideology. But I believe, in my view, this ideology is better. So that's when a student will now say, okay, I now want to be affiliated to this particular political party. Okay, then, as I wind up, as chairperson of Electoral Commission, I would have only one word or a few to say to students of Victoria University. We have done our role as the Electoral Commission. We have given you the student leaders that you want. We've conducted the nomination process. We've conducted the vetting. We are bringing to you the debate later on today. We want you to go out there, express yourselves on the debate, and then on the 6th and 7th of February, go out there and vote the kind of leader you feel or the kind of leader you think has your best interest. We have 2 Guild President aspirants. We have Emma over here, and also have Robin Passy, who couldn't make it for some reason or the other. But go out there, gauge their minds, gauge how they think, gauge what you think they're going to do for you. And then on the 6th and 7th of February, go out there, vote. Make it that easy, vote. Make your voice heard. Because if you don't vote, then your voice won't be heard. You have no right to even complain if you don't vote. But if you vote, you have a right to complain. You have a right to say, I voted for ABCD. I expect to see ABCD. Go out there and vote.
As the Independent Electoral Commission of Uganda does normally rally Ugandans to exercise their rights and duties as Ugandans to vote, it is also right for you as a student to go out there and vote for your candidate, because at the end of it all, when the decisions are made, you should not blame the decision makers when you did not take your part in the exercise. But then also, I do have a comment here. I will be ending with it. This says, good morning, UBC. We would like Marie Bushiri to remain as Minister of International Students. She does a great job, gives us home and away from home treatment. Kudos for her. But I would suggest Emmanuel to work with her. She's very famous at campus. And then lastly, we Hippos fans are tuned into for Calvin Gizamba, live on UBC TV, as he shares his journey as an aspiring guild speaker of Victoria University. A standout talent on the rugby field, Calvin made his mark at Namiryango College, captained the Uganda under-20 rugby team in our last international games, and played a crucial role in Victoria University's dominant run in the recent University 7th. He was also instrumental in Cobb's under-18 13 victory over Hippo 2, the only, oh God, this is a very good CV. Hippos fans, I should say, and Calvin, the Hippos fans are tuning in, and they wish you all the best ahead of your elections. And then this particular one is asking why VU doesn't attach political parties. I think that has also been answered. Thank you very much. Now, to all of you who have been part of this conversation this morning, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your feedback. And to the university students of Victoria University, thank you for being part and also sharing your opinions on this upcoming debate. Now, today at 2 p.m., like the EC chairperson has mentioned, there will be a debate at the university auditorium, so you should be there to be part of this and ask the questions that matter most. Again, my guests this morning, I've been having Calvin Gizamba, the Guild President, the Guild Speaker Aspirant, Victoria University. Thank you very much, Calvin, for being part of the discussion this morning. And then I've also had Hawuka Emmanuel, a Guild President Aspirant, one of the 2 that are in for the presidential elections at Victoria University. And then finally, we've also had the Speaker of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission at Victoria University, Bayangana Motion, who also has been part of the conversation here. Thank you very much, chairperson. And then to you all, dear viewers, stick around to Good Morning Uganda Friday edition. We have more coming up, including movie recommendations and